Okay, so I got another story time. Hold on. I don't know why people always hit me up. I'm trying to make a video. Like every time, like it never fails. But anyways, I got another story time for you. And today's story, I'm gonna use a couple of real names. Now I don't know about the particular the individual female. I don't know her real name. I don't even remember her name. But you'll understand why I don't remember her name. Uh, just wait until we get to that point. So it starts out with me, my brother Adrian, my other brother Jesus. Um, Honestly, like when we get an urge, we just do something, right? We were like one like in this particular day, we are like, man, let's go to the beach. So I said, all right, cool, let's go to the beach. So now we broke boys. We jump on the sprinter. We jump on the sprinter, which is like this train, which is like a train that goes from from Escondido to Oceanside. If you know this area, then you know. So it's an area in California, right? Um. Anyways, we jump on the sprinter, and um, we're mad far. Like we're about like an hour away from the beach, so it's an hour train ride, and we're going through the train. And as we're going through the train, there's normally four seats. There's normally four seats. Two that sit sit right here, and the other two sit in front. So you're facing each other, right? And there's three of us. What do my brothers do? They sit right next to each other, right in front of a female who was, I might say so myself. She was kind of cute. I was like, oh, okay. What y'all don't want to sit next to her? Oh, I will sit next to her. That is my, you know what? Thank you for this opportunity, right? I was I'm very polite. I'm always polite. That's one thing that my mama my mama raised me, right? She raised me to be polite. So I simply ask her, I'm like, hey, is anyone like, do you mind if I sit next to you, right? Just to kind of like open up and get her talking because I'm gonna have to sit here because my brothers are sitting here anyway. So right. She's like, no, no, it's fine. She's playing this little game on her phone, and she also had like some fat textbooks sitting in her lap. Interestingly, interestingly enough, like there were some interesting books. Like they look like uh they look like she was in AP classes, right? Like some top notch classes or whatever. And I was sitting there looking at them. I was like, oh, interesting. That's okay. But I also saw she had some like personal books that she was reading. Like it looked like a fiction novel. I don't remember what she was reading, but that intrigued me. So like I asked her, like, what are you reading? Like, what's the story about? And I could see that she was like getting into like the whole conversation of the book, but then kind of having like that drawback of, okay, I really don't know who you are, so like I don't know why you're asking me like these questions and stuff. So I try and break some of the awkward tension by, oh, I forgot, like I didn't even tell you my name. My name is Arthur. So I hope like whenever I I tell someone my name is Arthur, and I'll hold my hand out, and it's like either you're gonna leave me hanging or you're gonna shake my hand. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna shake your hand, and that's when you can really play with it, because once you're getting into like the comfort zone. You're getting into, though it's just a handshake, it's still contact, nonetheless. But anyways, so I'm sitting there talking to her for a second, and I still feel like that drawback, like, okay, like you're talking to me, but like I'm a little, I don't know who you are. Like, okay, whatever. So I put my hands, like, in my head, I'm like, okay, she's not interested. I look at my brother, and I start a conversation with him. Just started like a random conversation to where I know I know that she's gonna hear this conversation. I know she's gonna probably want to put some input on it, because certain conversations, people just have to let their opinion be known, right? Now, is this a little bit manipulative? Yes. Do I recommend it? Yes. But now that she's like, she's showing interest into the conversation, she then tries to skip over me, and then try to make her point, negating mine, to my brother, Adrian. And then this kind of gives me like a two plays. Either I can go back and forth with her, or I can just sit back and say nothing, and then let her kind of feel that like sense of, okay, you overspoke, or you spoke out of turn, or like just this, like it's kind of like a mental thing. But anyways, besides the point, I chose to agree with her. Because she did make some valid points, or something of the sorts. But then I just decided to change the subject, because I saw she had some tattoos. And every tattoo has an interesting story. I don't care if it's professionally done or if it looks horrible. Every tattoo has an interesting story. If you ever see a tattoo, ask about it. They're gonna tell you a story that you are not ready for. So, but this particular person, like, I asked her about her tattoos, and her tattoos didn't really yield an interesting story in her mind. She just said she had like some friends that did it for her for free, and it was just like a friendly thing, which sounds like to me that you were dating some dude and he was a tattoo artist, and he wanted to be a tattoo artist, because it wasn't like the lines were clean, but tattoo wasn't that like all that great. But she had a few of them. I mean, but it was interesting for the tattoos that she did have. So I'm sitting there talking to her, and I was like, I realized that now she wants to engage with me. Now she wants to have a conversation. So I start getting into her head a little bit, and as she's talking along, I start to notice something weird. I ask her, "How old are you?" She says 15. I cut all I cut all communications, bro. Like, all communications. Like, I stopped. I was just like, "Oh, okay, you're 15. All right." So, Adrian. And at this point now, like, I can see that she's already invested. And she wants to continue the conversation. She then starts like dropping hints like, "Oh, my parents are never home." And I'm like, "Ah, yep, My brother Adrian is he's like 17 at this time, or some shit, or something like that. He's 17 at the time, so I'm like looking at him for help. But he didn't want to help me because I guess when I don't know what okay, this is what I believe about my brother. Like I believe he's the same way. If he's not the only option, if he's not the only option, then he's not going to be a second choice. That's what I believe. But cuz I mean, she did have cool and honest vibes. Um she was just way too young. I was 20 no, yeah, I was this happened a few months ago. So I was 21. I was 21. What the yeah. Yeah, so that's basically the end of this story pretty much because I could see that she wanted to continue the conversation, but like I, I I shut it down at every point. And as we get to the stop, she kind of gives me like that. Oh, so it was great meeting you guys. Like that. Oh, it's so sad that you think age is such a big thing, and it's not that I think age is such a big thing. It's just that I think gel and morals are a very big thing. So yeah, um, yeah, that's the end of that story. Uh, like, comment, subscribe, dislike, and show all your friends. I had to keep it PG this time, even though I slipped a little bit once. Don't tell nobody, but yeah. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you learned something from this video. Peace.